This is News 8 Now in high definition.
Caught on tape and now in the hands of investigators trying to take a dog-fighting ring down.
On alert tonight for homeowners about a part that's led to a deadly house explosion.
And our special tribute, as we say so long, to longtime Channel 8 chief weather forecaster Troy Dungan. This is News 8 at 6 in HD. Dallas police are sending out a warning to parents tonight.
The urgent alert comes after an attempted kidnapping in Oak Cliff. This is in the 2700 block of South Vernon Avenue.
Channel 8's Gary Reeves talked with parents of the victim. He's live with what he just found out. Gary?
Yeah, we're live here at police headquarters where the appeal for help comes not just from the cops, but from a very frightened family. We spoke here with a young mother who was just out for a Sunday stroll with her two daughters, ages 3 and 11. They were just going 4 doors down the street to her mother-in-law's house when she just left the girls out on the porch while she went inside. In just a matter of moments, those girls were almost grabbed by a man police say was out looking for a young female victim.
She went inside the house screaming, and I didn't know what was going on. And that's when she started yelling that someone tried to take her.
For this Oak Cliff family, a walk 4 doors down their Oak Cliff street has changed their lives forever. They asked we not show the face of their 11-year-old daughter, who was almost kidnapped. She cried through much of this news conference. But they want everyone to see this face. It's an artist's sketch of the man who tried to grab her near the corner of Vernon and Illinois, near the Wynwood Shopping Center. He's 5'9" to 5'11", white with salt and pepper hair and goatee, about 60 years old. Police say he's an ongoing threat, and this family won't rest until he's caught.
This man who attempted to abduct this child was out on the street searching for a child. This man is not going to stop searching for a child on this street or some other street.
It's been very hard for her. I've seen a difference on her, a change, but I feel more for me. I just can't sleep. All I think of is what could have happened.
Now, police are looking for a very distinctive-looking man and also driving a very distinctive-looking truck. We're talking an older, late 80s, early 90s black Ford Bronco. They say it's got a lot of paint chips on it, paint chipped off the hood, paint chipped off the passenger side door, and paint where you can see the primer underneath. So police are looking for this man, hoping that they can find him and get him off the streets before he can find another victim, one that perhaps wouldn't be quite so lucky. Reporting live in Dallas, Gary Reeves, Channel 8 News.
A deadly natural gas explosion in Wiley last October has spawned a major safety initiative by the Texas Railroad Commission. The state's natural gas regulatory agency has requested all gas companies survey their use of a particular pipe fitting that malfunctioned and is blamed for the Wiley deaths last fall. News 8's Brett Shipp joins us now with this exclusive report. Brett?
Gloria, the directive was issued 3 months ago following the state's investigation into the October house explosion that killed Benny and Martha Cryer. The concern that the same gas pipe and fitting that failed then is still in the ground all over the state and may be another accident waiting to happen. A state railroad commission investigation released last March found that a faulty natural gas coupling under the alley caused the explosion that leveled this house, killing Benny and Martha Cryer asleep inside. The pipe and fitting is called a compression riser, and its safety and integrity is being questioned. In the hours that followed the Wiley explosion, Atmos Energy scoured the neighborhood and found 21 defective riser pipes and couplings that needed to be replaced. Gas leaks were everywhere. In a letter dated April 25th, Railroad Commission Safety Director Mary McDaniel issued a safety inquiry letter to all gas service companies in Texas, seeking information about any leaks or failures of compression risers and any information regarding the recommended discontinuance of these risers.
Yeah, these are a problem area. It's been known for a long time.
Pipeline expert Don Deaver of Houston says he has seen extensive problems with these particular pipes and fittings across the state. The last one he saw involved an explosion in West Dallas in 2001 in which 4 teens were horribly burned.
And there was a failure of a service line at one of the homes there where the compression coupling pulled apart.
Atmos officials say they have discussed the compression fitting safety issue with Railroad Commission officials and are complying with all requests. But Deaver says gas companies need to be more than compliant. He says they need to replace old compression risers and hopefully help prevent another tragedy.
This is a problem. This is not a remote problem that happens very infrequently. It does happen quite a bit.
Late today, the State Railroad Commission announced it is now updating its safety investigation to include all compression couplings, and that could mean hundreds of thousands of questionable fittings. The commission hopes to have a better handle on how big a problem this is by the end of the year. John and Gloria.
All right, thanks a lot, Brett. New information tonight about another fatal house explosion, the one in Cleburne back in May. Second person has died from her injuries. 44-year-old Hazel Sanderson died Sunday night at Parkland Hospital. Her mother, Hazel Pollock, died days after the blast. Detectives say a gas leak, a lit match, and a broken seal caused 2 explosions inside the home. 3 other people were hurt. The family filed suit against Atmos Energy last month. Investigators believe natural gas leaked from the sewer into the home before it exploded.
Health authorities are searching for people who may have lived, worked, or gone to school near a West Dallas processing plant. They might have been exposed to asbestos. The Grace, Texas vermiculite plant processed a mineral used for making insulation. It was in operation from 1953 to 1992. Asbestos in the lungs can take decades to develop serious, even deadly disease. Parkland Hospital has been given a grant to screen people for free. So if you're concerned, show up at Parkland Hospital Saturday from 8 to 4 or Sunday from 1 p.m. to 4 for a free x-ray. Fort Worth police are investigating the case of burned Israeli flags. It happened at the Cornerstone Baptist Church sometime late Monday or early Tuesday. The pastor says the flags were flying at half-staff Monday for Lady Bird Johnson when someone stood on a trash can to burn the Star of David on the flag. Police say this isn't a hate crime because the flag is not a religious symbol.
Grapevine police say they've arrested a man who exposed himself at Grapevine Mills Mall. Witnesses say Brandon Mason wasn't wearing shoes when he entered the mall and went to a kiosk to buy sunglasses. While he was paying for his sunglasses, his shorts fell down, exposing, well, everything. The witness says Mason dropped his shorts 5 other times at the mall. Ups and downs for locally based airlines. They released their second quarter earnings today. Southwest blames rising fuel costs for a 17% drop in profits to $278 million. That's actually better than expected. The report comes a day after Southwest offered a voluntary buyout to more than a quarter of its workers. American Airlines parent AMR Corporation says its profits rose nearly 9% in the second quarter, $317 million. It filled more seats with passengers paying higher fares, but that's still short of analysts' expectations.
Listen to this idea. Going to school 5 days a week could be a thing of the past in Lancaster. The district there is considering changing to 4-day school weeks for students. The Lancaster ISD board wants to hear from parents and urges them to attend a public meeting tomorrow night at Lancaster High School.
Sounds like water bills are going to be going up in Arlington after the council meets next week, but it won't be based on what customers use. It'll be determined by how much they put back into storm sewers. The bigger the runoff, the higher the price. Channel 8's Brett Hawkins is in Arlington live with the story for us. Brett?
John, ironically, now that all the rain stopped, they can get to work fixing the problem again. Arlington needs a $100 million makeover of the storm sewer system. They have the cheapest rates in the country now. But next week, the city council likely will look to schools, big businesses, and houses of God to put some more in the collection plate. When it comes down in sheets, Arlington gets swamped fast.
All their water runs into these people's yards, and these people's yards run into the culvert.
Aaron Alvaredo's garage and more than 100 homes flooded here in all that rain last month, partly because there's so much pavement. Pavement that could soon add a cost to Arlington water bills.
Properties that are bigger, 1,500 acres, of course, will contribute more because they have more runoff that's running into our streams.
Arlington City Manager Jim Holgerson says the proposal will shift a burden from people with yards, like Karen Alvaredo, to businesses and schools with big parking lots and foundations. Homeowners would see stormwater fees go up from $1.30 a month to $4.25. But commercial property owners who now pay a maximum of $390 a month would get charged $4.25 for every 2,800 square feet, tripling, even quadrupling some water bills with essentially a fee for sidewalks, patios, driveways, foundations, and parking lots, anything that doesn't soak up water.
Oh, I'm not even sure it's disproportionate. If you're talking about a square footage basis. David George, senior pastor at Lake Arlington Baptist, says it's a high price for the cornerstones of the community.
We all want to pay our fair share. We're part of it as well. I think could be some consideration for what we give back to the community.
Pastor George and more than 30 other pastors came together to meet with the city today to ask for some consideration. The school district here not happy either, John and Gloria. They say their water bill could go up an estimated $300,000 a year. Everyone agrees the problem has to be fixed. Who pays for it is up to the council next week. Reporting live in Arlington, where we heard many well wishes for our friend Troy today, Brad Hawkins, Channel 8 News.
I bet you did. Well, it is an illegal but popular sport.
Hear what detectives discovered going on here in Texas and who they say was involved.
And if you live in Fort Worth, be careful where you light up. How the city council might follow in the footsteps of other smoke-free cities. Troy?
We got so many weather people here. I hope we can agree on one forecast. We'll see. Stay tuned.
You're watching News 8 Now in high definition. With Gloria Campos, John McKay, Troy Duncan, and Dale Henson.
3, 2, 1. Big bust in the Houston area. 2 people arrested so far, including a teenager. It's all in connection with an organized dogfighting ring. Our Houston sister station, KHOU, obtained this video from Harris County detectives. Now, you know dogfighting is illegal in Texas. National Humane Society says hundreds of dogfights are stopped each year nationwide. As many as 20,000 people may be involved. Local workers recovering tonight after an on-the-job accident covered him in concrete. This happened this morning while the crew poured concrete at a site in Coppell. Now, the ground, we're told, was too soft. Part of the cement pumper fell on the worker, covering him chest deep in cement. He's finally pulled out and taken to the hospital with some serious back and leg injuries.
Fort Worth could soon have a tough new smoking ordinance. Last night, the city council received 3 proposals for stricter regulations, which could ban smoking in all restaurants and most public places. It's similar to smoking ordinances already in place in Arlington and Dallas. Fort Worth City Council will likely vote next month.
All right, just ahead, Troy Duncan's final forecast before he retires.
And our special tribute as we say so long, but not goodbye.
Live captioning of News 8 sponsored by Don Davis Auto Group, offering memory improvement courses for those who've forgotten the thrill of owning a new car. Classes are held daily.
It is hard for me to say this, but today marks the end of an era here in North Texas. Longtime legendary weather forecaster Troy Duncan is stepping down.
You know, you've invited him into your home for 31 years. Tonight, a special tribute to a man we know, love, and respect as we say goodbye and so long to Troy Duncan.
I don't know where to begin to tell you how I feel about Troy, because he is more than a coworker. He is a beloved friend and a confidant, and just one of those people that you hold near and dear to your heart that don't cross your path very often in life.
You know, I think that a lot of people you see on television, it's some form or fashion, they're not quite what they seem to be. But you can honestly say that Troy really is a person of genuine integrity.
What will I miss about Troy Duncan? Have you not been watching Pete Delkus lately?
You know what I'm going to miss most about Troy? The fact that when he's here, he does most of the work.
We were part of building a dynasty in the Dallas-Fort Worth television market, an effort unparalleled in the annals of television history anywhere. We were told that you were very demanding and that you wore a bow tie. I think we were all a little concerned about how that would go over in Texas. Little did we know that you were more Texan than all the rest of us put together.
Troy, can you believe that we were both just kids in our 30s when we started working together all those years ago?
Well, there's an old sports adage about going out at the top of your game. And man, is he ever doing that. I still get to travel around the country and see a lot of local newscasts. Troy Duncan is still as good at what he does as anybody in the country.
So I think we're going to miss that true professionalism, no matter what's going on around him. I'm certainly going to miss that because, again, for me, he's a class act.
Troy Dungan is the nicest man I've ever worked with in television, and I've worked with a lot of them. I will miss you, Troy Dungan.
Troy, I've sure enjoyed the 2 years we've spent together. Good luck.
Have a wonderful time. Thanks for a lot of great years at Channel 8.
You're a great friend, great broadcaster. I love you, Troy. Congratulations.
Troy Dungan is a class act, has been and always will be. And he'll be missed, not only by me, but the thousands of viewers who have come to trust Troy every night at 6 and 10 at Channel 8.
Arrivederci.
We are going to miss you.
Those were the twins, Tracy and Troy.
Right. How old are they now?
They're going to graduate from Ennis High School next spring.
Goodness,
it's been a while. And bless our friend Chip's heart, rest his soul, he complained about that every year. One of those kids about 25 years old and said, well, they couldn't name him Chip and Dale.
That's right. Yeah, there's a couple of squirrels named Chip and Dale already.
Well, I tell you what, why don't we do the weather, you want to? And then we'll see what happens next. We have a cast of thousands in there. Let's see if this works. Well, let's have a look at the weather, and here's what it looks like. Downtown Dallas looking good. A little warm, not all that hot for this time of year, though. And no rain around this afternoon. Easy last forecast for me to make. And besides, if it's wrong, what are they going to do, fire me? All right. Here's what things look like. It's 92, feels like 95 with the humidity this afternoon. And the humidity is 41%. Barometer falling, wind south-southwest at 20 miles an hour. The wind's going to die back tonight. Tomorrow it'll be south 10 to 15. A little bit of ventilation, but it'll still be a warm day. Okay, what else is going on? Satellite sequence shows a low-pressure system in the upper levels in South Texas, too far south to get anything near us today. Yesterday we had showers pretty close around Ennis, Waxahachie, Corsicana. Today, that sank too far to the southwest, so we're out of the rain pattern until about Friday. Temperatures this afternoon look like this. Not too bad for this time of year where it's raining or at least cloudy, in the 70s in Austin and San Antonio. In our area, we've seen worse. The record for this date we'll see in a moment is 110 from that summer of 1980. Nothing like that today. Upper 80s and low 90s this afternoon with heat indices only about 2-3 degrees warmer than the real temperature. 75 was the low this morning, 94 the high this afternoon. That record for this date did come from that blistering summer of 1980. 67 days of 100 degrees or more, 42 in a row. And I'm sure a lot of us remember that one well. The pollen, Dr. Jeff Edelglass counts the pollen today at high fungus, high grass, total 2418 grains per cubic meter, always at WFAA.com. Around the country this afternoon, fairly quiet day, really. There's that little upper low in Mexico in the southern part of the state. But this front, not that part, but that part of it will get close enough to us on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and maybe part of Monday to give us a chance to get back in the rain pattern. Not that flooding rain as we saw earlier, but kind of some nice rain. Still got to wait a few days for that, though. Here's what things look like tomorrow. Tomorrow that front gets a little closer, but no real chances for rain. Isolated showers at best. The day after tomorrow, though, front gets close. Kind of sits down, stays more or less where it is right on through Monday, and then starts to move back toward the north. So here's a forecast for you. Tonight, partly cloudy and warm, 73 degrees. Tomorrow, isolated shower, thunderstorm, just very few, 93. Scattered, that's an increase on Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, I think both those days rather numerous showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures about 92. And on Monday, scattered thunderstorms and about 93 degrees. So that's the weather, but we still have some more things to do, so I'll be back.
Well, we've got a cast of thousands here, including some of your family members. Some of Troy's real family and his Channel 8 family here with us today.
Thank you very much. This is my family right here. This is my bride, Janet, and our son, Dana. Thank you for being here. Congrats. Wanted to have a look at you folks as well.
They've been sharing them with us.
I know. And a lot of people don't realize that, you know, when you work this job, you know, you're not home a lot, and when there's an emergency, we're kind of like first responders, so we get taken away from our family, so we appreciate
Well, thank you two for being here. Our two daughters, one lives in California, one in Oklahoma City. Neither one could make it today, but I'm sure we'll get the video of that. In fact, it was loud in here, so I couldn't really hear all the nice tribute things a while ago, which is good. Better to hear those later on a recording. So thanks for everything. My goodness. And as you know, I'm not going away.
Yeah.
No.
I've got 25 days
thankfully.
this coming year that I'll be doing things at Channel 8 on air, and also Santa's Helpers. Pete and I'll be sharing duties on that. So I'll be seeing you. I'm not that easy to get rid of. Remember that movie Guns of Navarone where Anthony Quinn says, I'm not that easy to kill. Well, in spite of the fact this looks a little like a funeral, and I hope you all signed the register. Nonetheless, I'm not really going away. So thanks for everything, but I'll be seeing you around. It's not even arrivederci. It's, as the Italians say, a più tardi. I'll see you later.
Right.
That's right.
That's
and you know what?
Hear.
We're not even finished yet.
That's
Take
right.
a short
There's
break.
more.
Okay. Be right back. "31 years here, 45 years in broadcast. Amazing career."
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, Channel 8 Chief Weather Forecaster, Troy Duncan.
Yeah, for about another 3 minutes. But anyway, Janet and I met at KTR-KTV in Houston, where we both worked, in 1969. We got married in 1972. It's been almost 35 years. And now everybody wants to know, Janet, what do you think about me being home more?
We'll get to go out to dinner more.
Well, I've already been home in the evenings for the last year or so, but now what about all day? Am I going to get underfoot?
No, you managed to occupy yourself quite well.
Why do I have to be out of the house every afternoon for a couple of hours, though?
He can't stand listening to Dr. Laura.
Thank you very much, folks. As I said, I will be around for 25 days and Santa suppers. Thanks to Janet and Dana for coming down. God bless.
God bless you, Troy.